we are just killing some time, nothing really scheduled. And I figured that instead of doing nothing, we'd do something just to kill some time. You know, the month of August is right around the corner, and I figured that instead of doing the normal bullshit, I would take some time to have kind of informal gathering with you. And that's going to be fun because I don't know if this is going to work as well as I'd like. So first of all, let me turn the chat screen on so I can see people if they chat with me. And this is where things can get really ugly. Okay. Because we're having some problems with the internet here. I'm not sure exactly why. I don't know why. Let's see. Whoa. Hold on a minute. Okay. By the way, we keep talking about people like Louis Rossman and his dialogues, and I'm just okay. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I want to share this link out so we can get this to people so they know what we are doing. And you'll notice that the camera, the camera, where is it? It's mounted up, actually not on the computer. It's actually screwed to the wall using a security camera bracket. That way I figure I can get the best angle I can. And so I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Oops. From Michelle screws up. Yeah. There you go. Get it out. Okay. All right. So first thing I want to do is, well, what are you doing? You're pumping up. That's the dictionary tool. Yep. Well, that's not what I need, but. Okay. Command copy. That's good. See, I get mixed up because on some computers, on especially on PCs, is control, and on the Mac, it's not. Okay. And also on my other Mac, on my PC keyboard, where the Apple key is on this one, is the Alt key, and where the Apple key, Alt key is on the other one is where the Windows key is, because of the Windows key PC keyboard. And it's frankly, it's kind of squishy. I'm not too. I already sent that one out. Wait a minute, I already sent that one out. I don't need to send that again. What am I doing? I'm going back and doing things I don't need a second time. Oh, that sucks. No, I don't want to do that. God knows I hate repeating things. Wait. Yeah, wait a minute. What am I doing? Status page. No, wait, leave this page. Okay. Let's go to Tumblr. Control or Command Apple key. See, this has got an Intel key. This has got a Mac keyboard, where the Alt and the Windows keys are in opposite places. So when I do things with this keyboard, it's the control key. Yep, paste. Okay, it's post day. See, because like I'm just a single button mouse. We have the trackball. I mean the Logitech wireless mouse here. I thought I was using that one earlier, so battery's probably a little bit tired. So let's get this thing in here. Yeah, that's perfect. Title for it. Google Pluser. Come on, you can do it. Yes, you can. There you go. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to see. Paste. Post day. And then let's go to Digger. Posting some links here. And there we go. Now we're all up to date. Yay! Okay, so let's get the screen back here where the comments are. At this point, there's no comments. That's okay. I wanted to, so let me switch over to the other screen here. Nobody's watching it right now. Yeah, that's not surprising. Okay. All right, so I got the screen here minimized so we can see each other. And I wanted to talk to you about the news, since obviously I'm right here. So let me go into screen share. Let's see. Screen share. And let's go to yeah, okay, we'll do this one. It's not really what I want to do, but okay. Okay, so now the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go to that window. I have the worst luck doing this. And I'm going to go to a couple places to prove to you that I got the money I got to my channel. So in my YouTube channel that's associated with my channel here. Okay, so let me log in and okay. Oh, that's wrong. That's the wrong account. Thank you. Okay. I would think to see me on my account by heart by now, but it doesn't. So, okay. So, because this is connected to my computer, and this is connected to Dory's computer, and she shares the same thing I do. And so what I'm going to do is let me go to my Hangouts window. Well, in this case, this way I can tell. All right, so here is the confirmation of the payment received of $100. And it's not being used right now. Okay, that money is still neatly tucked away, safely sitting around here for the $100 US. It's not being used until I get the other 400. And when I get the 400 bucks more, that's when I'm going to use it. Okay. And since we always talk about the weather, that's what I'm going to go to next. So let me sign out of here. I got profile messages. Let me see what this is from. Welcome, Michelle Marie, Pinker's Communications. Business setup, PayPal mobile, add your bank account, and add your home phone number. Well, First of all, there's a reason I don't have any of that stuff added, even though they told me it's really not a big issue for security reasons. But first of all, let's go to the Weather Channel, or www.wonder. Let's go to the Weather Underground to give you an idea for the temperature this week, because I figured instead of basically beating my head against the wall, and try to do the way I always do it, since I have the computer here and I got your screen attention, I figured this way. Slow as molasses. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is. Oh no. Okay. Let's go Hangouts. Okay. And so let's say right now it's 23 degrees Celsius at this moment. And it feels like 23 degrees Celsius. And let's go to, let's see, full forecast. The problem is Weather Underground is operated by the Weather Channel, so it's no longer as good as it used to be. Right now it is 22.8 degrees. Visibility is 16.1 kilometers. Pressure is 1,012. HPA clear. Heat index is 21. Dew point is 21 degrees. Humidity is 92%. Rated rainfall currently is at 0 millimeter. So let's see. Yeah, it'd be nice if they actually made this thing a little bit easier. Here we go. Let's get some 10-day forecast, since this is like slow. You know why? Yeah, because you're using the internet at the same time to upload as well as download. Okay. So we have to scratch our hindquarters and wait for this thing to get itself. There we go. All right. Oh, now you'll notice that they no longer have the averages. They used to have averages here for this time of year. They don't do that anymore because of the fact is that the climate change, people are trying to constantly make things look different. These are the temperatures. So the lows and the highs are still here. And it needs to have between here, there would be between the, in this case, the average highs and average lows, and then these red line for the temperatures would be in between. So, Thursday, which is today, it was a high of 23 degrees, 20 degrees low. Friday, high 28 degrees as a high, and 18 as a low. Saturday, high at 23, 17 with a chance of rain. Sunday, 27, 17. Monday, 25, 18. Tuesday, 28, 19. Wednesday, 31, 21. Thursday is 29, 21. 30, 31. Not really what I call fun by any stretch of imagination. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this thing back over to the chats and see if there's any chats. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the events live streams. I have streams. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to events. It's kind of silly. It doesn't show things the way I like to do them, but that's okay. Now, for those of you who are wondering, why is this thing not showing you any chatters or things? Because it's a late night thing and there's probably more people are not watching it. So first of all, let me go back to stop sharing and go switch this thing back into Google Hangouts. Stop sharing. Okay, so basically at this point there's nothing really to see. There's one viewer, and then one viewer I see. I'd love to have you talk to me. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they don't want to. Okay, fine. It's not very much anyway. It's just kind of an informal kind of bullshit time. And I figured that we would do something useful. Oh, that's a trip. Do something useful, damn it. Okay, let's see. Like, what can we do useful? Oh, one thing. What is the reason why we're using the monochrome camera on the wall? Because I'm using the monochrome camera because the it makes me look better, I think, than the color camera does, because it's not as sensitive to what we call color casting. And if you are using a color camera, it seems to be very sensitive to color casting. And on top of that, with the UVC card, most of the cameras are color, except for the PAL camera, which is a little more adjustable than some. You can't really do anything with it. You can't turn it down. You can't change the brightness control. It's stuck at what you see is what you get. And we, the factory, decide what is good enough for you. So, yeah, that's a problem. And I have to tell you, I really really find it kind of awkward to work with that. And okay. Now, for those of you who are wondering, I am not going to be doing the typing on the screen for the most part, because it's just too awkward to do. So let's go back to Google Hangouts. So what I'm going to do is let's talk about why I've been so depressed in the last few days. Because I think that there's been a little bit of misunderstandings, and maybe not so much understandings as is people who kind of say, well, that's a lousy reason to be depressed about things. And why wasn't I so depressed yesterday? Why wasn't I so depressed yesterday? Because I did more than sit on my fat ass sitting in the house. Okay, that's why. That's what made me feel a little bit better, is I'm doing something. And in addition to that, I also stood up, for myself and with the landlord story, which I didn't tell you about the three sisters, so it's part of it I didn't tell you. This guy's a pack rat. Okay, this guy collects stuff. Lots of stuff. Lots of pieces. Even things that I would definitely, I'm a pack rat too, but I mean, there are things that I will not collect because it's just so expendable. It's hilarious. Like pieces of rubber, pieces of sheetrock, pieces of metal, pieces of this, pieces of that. And then, of course, if I was to collect that stuff, I would put it in a nice, neat little room and a nice, neat little pile so I can find it back. Well, this guy does is he throws it everywhere, including in front of his electrical panels, in front of the three sisters. You can't even get to the equipment because it's buried under all this debris. It's bad enough when you're changing heating elements on water heaters, and then you're gonna get wet, you're gonna get soggy. You can't help that, right? But then again, when you're doing that kind of work, you really want to be able to focus on getting the job done. And he's sitting there, and he's basically saying, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I can't hurry up any faster than this. I'm going as fast as I can, damn it. This is, I'm working with 240 volts AC. I'm actually basically got my fingers in some very unsafe situations with high voltage. Potentially could be going through the circuit, even though we did pull the breakers. It doesn't mean that there couldn't be a live circuit because maybe the breaker was mislabeled on the consumer board. On the consumer unit. So you get to, oh, okay, wait a minute. I think I pulled the right breaker. I was in zip. Oh, no, look, I stopped. That's happened to me once before. It's, there's a lot of things I need to do. So, and then he get mad at me. He said, I own this place, you don't. I said to him, and I got mad at myself. If I own this place, I wouldn't leave it such a bloody mess. And I meant it because, I hate when the people leave a bloody mess when they know they can do better. I'm like, why do you have all this crap, all these old wrappers from packages and stuff that we installed, say about 3 years ago, sitting here? Why the hell didn't you take this to the garbage, out to the dumpster? I said, this is disgusting. I mean, I never would leave my mechanical room like this. No way in hell. I like my room nice and tidy. At least when it comes to electrical and electronic components. I know it's the same shit I got to work on every friggin' day. I want to be able to get to the gear and get the job done. And instead of having to play the equivalent of a hurdles race just to reach the consumer unit to pull a fuse. I don't want to have to go through that much bullshit to get to that consumer unit. I want to get the job done. I want to get it done quick, and I want to do it the right way. And then he starts yelling at me how he wants the job done. I said, well, I already know how you want the job done. I've gone through this. I've been doing this for 3-4 years now. Same job. I don't need to have you tell me how to do my job. It's the same job. I've worked on these three sisters for 3 to 4 years. I know what they need. I know what to do. And his wife was there, and she was like 100% on my side. And she says, my husband doesn't listen to nobody. I said, the problem is I already know this job. She said, I know you know the job. But, I mean, he's always telling me, don't talk to tenants, don't talk to anybody, just shut up, do your job, and don't even talk to me, don't talk to no one. And I said, well, excuse me, I'm going to talk to Lemmy. Lemmy and I have to, I want to discuss something, and we're going to talk about it. And it doesn't matter if you like it or not. It's a fact. When you got two souls in the same body, you're going to want to talk. It's just the way it is. You're going to want to talk. And by the way, Dory is doing something. What are you doing?
Taking my meds.
Okay. So that's the reason why. Oh, I know, right? There's 0 viewers. How well you guys are always killing me, So, the main thing is when you're doing jobs for people and it's the same job that you do almost like clockwork, every 3 months. Ouch. Michelle, if your sisters are not working, and it's like always the same thing. It's like always it's the same problem. It's like you really have to tell me it's obvious. And then you act like I don't know how to fix the 3 sisters. And I've been doing the 3 sisters now for about 3 to 4 years. Are you done with the soda cup, Dory? Put it in the sink before it spills.
Try to be nuts. You'll spill it. It's been sitting there for 2 hours.
Well, you know how things get around here. So let me ask you a question, Dory.
I'm not answering anything.
Why don't you want to do any live videos?
Because I don't like them.
You don't like doing videos at all. Okay, fine. So let's see. I got some notifications in the background. Let's see what I got. You should always try to upload your videos to your computer so you can use all the things that you need to use when uploading a video to your YouTube. What's it? First of all, here, I'm going to tell you something right now. You might know your Les Pauls, you might know your musical instruments, and you might know YouTube at least at that point. But I'll tell you something, you don't know me, and you don't know me. You know, I'm always respect my guests. I try to. Anyway, doesn't mean I'm always good at it. But the fact of the matter is I am not happy about it. You want to go, what? What? Can you add another window? Sure, I can add another window. Well, what would they do that? Just do it. I see what. Yeah, now I get it. Okay, so let's go do something useful. Do something useful. All right, but first of all, let me finish the story. So when it comes to jobs and computers and things like that, I've been doing them for years. I don't need to have, the same landlord drilling my skull repeatedly day after day after day after day after day what I need to do. Considering he and I have done the same job for about 4 years. It's not like it's a new job. It's an old job that's been going on for a long time. As far as 4 water heaters in parallel, was that really such a good design decision? Well, that's, I don't know. I wouldn't have done it that way, but this is me. Now, his wife is actually more on my side when it comes to technology because, what I do. And she actually says, you do good work, she said to me. You do good work. You've been here for at least 7 years. Maybe longer than that, maybe about 10 years now, but it's still. And so you've been doing good jobs and videos, and so it's just kind of sad that you have to deal with this situation. Jim, my landlord husband, is constantly getting in your grill. And but I think what I felt good about is I finally took out my claws and I gave him a little piece of his own, judgment, own behavior. And I said to him, when he said, what do you think you do? You own this place? I said to him, excuse me, if I did own this place, I said, this place would not be a fucking pigsty. And I meant that. I don't like a dirty place. I said that earlier. And I was talking to the landlady about the building. I said, there are things that I would like to see. I would love to have seen done differently. But unfortunately, I don't have the kind of ability to do it because of the fact is I don't own a property. But the first thing I would do is I definitely would replace the broken glass door downstairs with some new glass at least. And maybe put some contact translucent material over the door so that people who are looking for easy steal boxes and packages won't be able to do that. They will just have to open the door and look inside. And I would actually make sure that only the tenants had key. Or make it easier, I'd build a front desk and I would hire or have a tenant that's willing to do it as a volunteer at the desk. And people come in, to the front desk, then they can sign in for the packages and things like that. And that way, we make sure the packages are still there when you're looking for them. And I think that would be a great idea because, I got Mr. Sullivan is sending me some stuff in a couple weeks. And and that will be an unboxing video. We're going to be doing some unboxing of that. Live or maybe not live, but maybe taped anyway. Anyway, Dory decided to do a big live thing. She put these little Christmas lights on the computer. You can't really see them because I don't have the computer aimed at the window here. And the reason I don't have the computer aimed at the window is because I wanted to focus and be able to see me and to see me clearly. And so we put the camera is set up on the wall and it's locked in place and really possible so that it's basically at this point it's just like Rumble Peel Showtime registry. It's preset, so you just set it, which I did, and you just forget it. You don't have to focus it. You don't have to mess the angle. It's already preset, so it makes it really simple to do some work. So let's get something done here, and go through, because why the hell not? Let's go through. I decided to use a different Google page so I can go back into the main page here. Okay. This is Google. Well, no Google. And so let me switch over to the Google page so I can get some work done here. If you go to, you see, because this is an older Chrome, because it's not being supported anymore, because they're not offering the updates anymore for this version for Snow Leopard. We use Snow Leopard because it takes less resources than the other stuff. So I figured today I would go through and show you some things in my shopping cart. Some of the stuff may seem kind of strange, weird, bizarre. That's okay. It's just me. You know, get used to know me after a while. You get to know I'm pretty bizarre sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to start my list from the most expensive. Oh, I always start at lowest price first. I always usually do. So let's go for the lowest price first. Some of these parts were actually for the Fire and Ice project. And so, okay, you see the DL1234A battery. That's because Dory's camera was using that battery, and it works good. It's and stuff like that. Some pieces of wire. Let's see, here's 10 for AWG22 wire. Let's see. Hookup wire, US silver. Let's see. They're all 22 gauge, all 20 key switches. Sync capacitors, resistors, potentiometer, filters. This thing here, the PS2 dual 2 USB keyboard mouse adapter converter cable for $3.99. Yeah, I got a ton of PS2 mice. No, actually I got one. But I got a ton of USB keyboards. I mean PS2 keyboards. So, according to this says it's coming from Brentwood, New York. Okay? What it is inside that bulge is the smirts to convert to mouse and PS2 keyboard into a USB device using what they call the Human Interface Device Protocol, or HID protocol. And that allows the price isn't bad. There's more than 12 available. They have a store called Useful Gadget. Oh, that sounds like fun. Useful Gadget, huh? You know, we're bored anyway. Let me go take a look and see what they got in the store here. There's no reason not to do nothing today. So let's go to Useful Gadget. You know, we're not editing this down. Because like Lois Rossman said, and I have to be honest, I kind of agree with him. He said, I do fucking better, he said, when I don't even edit my list. Plus, it saves me a lot of work. Well, that's not the way I work, but... All right, so categories. I want to start with the lowest price first. Okay, and because I like to look for, Big Clive is and me are not that different. I like to look for cheap stuff. So, and I don't know how much is in the store. So let's go through this list view. Okay, now, so let's see. The first thing we have is a USB OTG on-the-go cable adapter for Google, Nexus, Samsung, LG wholesale. Okay. Got a whole bunch of different adapters. RJ45 category 5E 8-pin inline network coupler extender joiner adapter. Less wholesale. Okay. And like I said, I'm just kind of going through this because I'm curious to what you got. USB Ethernet cables, BNC coupler, female to female for surveillance security. I guess the individual pieces is since they sell them in lots. 15-foot category 5E, category 5 RJ45 Ethernet LAN number cable, blue with wholesale lot. This is the same kind of cables that were connected to Ethernet on this. And we use a black version of this for my phone. Here's the useful thing. 5.5 to 2 outside diameter, 2.1 millimeter inside diameter DC power plug. Pigtail. This is the same thing that the Pel camera uses to connect that little that little LCD screen to the display. And so, and I wonder if this thing, what does it mean by when they say there was something you didn't test? Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're saying about the Google Hangouts things? Yeah. Like, for example, what is present to everyone? Well, let's see. There we go. Now it's being presented to everyone. Now, let's make it easy. I thought I was on my cassette, but just the hell with it, okay? Okay, so let's get back to my screen here, okay? AC adapters, AC to DC, 12 volt, 5 amp, 10 amp, 15 amp, 20 amp, 30 amp switching power supply. It's one of those power supplies that comes with a little mains cord for the US. Okay, this is another adapter over here. It's the same adapter, I think. There's the longer version. 100-foot premium pre-made coaxial Siamese cable, weight black, wholesale lots. This is the kind of cable that the CP234 and the BP314 could use, but with that, you'd have to just cut the plug off because you don't really need it. It just it just wouldn't need it. Oh, you know how good it is. That's a great question because how much? Okay, now obviously, if I go wholesale lots, I would always say is you might want to seriously go with the raw cable and put the plugs in yourself because sometimes you're gonna want to do that. So, white, black and white. Okay, let's just go black here. Lot. Okay. It comes, they're 100-foot lengths of cable, but they got plugs free in. This makes no sense at all because if you're going to need 100-foot length of cable and you're only, that makes no sense because you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be cutting it anyway. Okay. And this wire does not look like it's that good. This looks like Chinesium shit. I'm not too impressed with that. Let's see, what's this one here? VGA, SVGA, male to female extension lead. Well, that's useful. 2 amp power supply. SATA to Molex connector in order to allow you to use. Okay, now I have this thing down here, the male DC power terminals. That would work good with the Siamese cable, the raw Siamese cables. But let's go to that. Here's an interesting one. HDMI male to HDMI female. Right angle connector. Why would you need that? Because you need to connect things together that don't seem to match up with anybody. That's why. So let's take a look at, okay, see, CCTV Siamese. I can't spell Siamese to save my ass. Okay, here we go. All right, now they're also make ones that are okay. You want it in raw form, not like in bulk, because so we're gonna go for buy now. We're not gonna deal with auction for this. And if you want to get better water, you gotta go for raw. Because if you go with the pre-made cable, see, you can see this is much better. RG59 black, 1,000 feet bulk cable. Okay, it's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but I did not sort by lowest price first. Let's see. You know, whenever I go shopping, the first thing I do is I look for buy nows, and then I look for USA only. And I do try to go for free shipping when it is an option. And at this point, I'm not seeing it as an option. So let's go through this. Let's real quick here. Okay. Black 500-foot RG59 Siamese cable. That includes cable, includes crimp tool. Okay. Now, you might be saying to yourself, is why would I want to use Siamese cable when I could go ahead and I could use a nice fancy setup using other things? Well, for one thing, the one that most people don't realize is here is a wire lift white RG59 500-foot Siamese cable, 20 AWG plus 18.2 conductors. As I said, here's a 1,000-foot roll for $54.99. And I don't know about free shipping, but that's pretty much what you'd use. Some problem is I really would like to find a 3-way cable for those people who want to hook in a microphone, and I'm not seeing that as an option. It's 50-foot Siamese cable. Okay, those are the kind of connectors. I've got those. But those are the straight-ons. They're not the twist. They're not the twisted ones. 10-foot RCBNC video cable for CCTV cable. Pre-made assemblies. Then same thing. Boxes here. So let's go back and look at this. Go to what they call it. Yeah, let's go to advanced searches. By the way, how's my eyes doing today? My eyes are doing so. They're not doing too bad, but they're not by any stretch of imagination fantastic. So I'm gonna go to sort. Show results when people accept it, obviously. Most everything is PayPal accepted anyway. Yeah, I know. Shipping options. Sort by price and shipping lowest first. So I'm going to hit search. Some of this stuff is like so stupid. It's been enough to make you seriously wonder, like, why is this one considered? Oh, because it's free shipping. Okay. 1,000-foot bulk Siamese cable, 18.2 security camera. Okay, now, what if you want to do a CCTV cable, Siamese cable with audio? Because one of the things that we talked about, we want to have also an audio link. You know, because that way when I connect to the microphone, and okay, here's the one that's pre-made with the pre-made. One roll 500 feet wire RG 59 coax artist for plays a whoa. That sounds like fun. Yeah. Whoa. Can you go back a bit? Here we go. All right, one roll 1,000-foot Okay, so this is for plan, zoom, and tilt camera. 500 foot Siamese cable, RG45 power security camera. Okay, so I'm seeing how here the one roll 1,000 foot security camera wire coax RS4580 power plan is. Okay, so I don't see any audio cable in here at all. So if you ever buy a security camera that has sound, you ain't getting sound. Okay. And that's unless you buy these pre-made Chinesium things, and yeah, that's really kind of lame. But there is ways to do sound though. There is ways, yes. Let me see what you do. What I would do, just trying to see if I might be wrong and see if I can find something hiding in here that might be exciting. Nope, no such luck. Okay, so what I would do, even though I hate them with a passion because they don't stand up, they break. But maybe we can use a CCTV baling. Okay, and a lot of them have the screws, but there's some that have RJ45 connectors on the ends. These are the standard cheapies, okay? Then this is the one that looks like press fit single channel passive video baling. All of these are single connectors, okay? But they also make one that has video and audio and power. Okay. But, you know, I'm going to tell you something from personal experience. I don't think it's feasible to go for one with video, audio, and power. And the reason I say that is because I like this. This one's 2-piece meal to wire baling connector. That's great if you want to connect into a standard media source. Okay, so let's look up video, audio, power. Okay, so you want to do video, audio, power. Hey, why not? They make such a thing, right? In other words, what it does is you have your RG45, there's the plug on the end, right? It's got a BNC with audio, video, power over transceiver cable for $1.09. What's the advantage to this? Well, as you can see, one advantage with this would be is that if you want to carry the audio, as you can see better on this picture here, the camera here, this goes into the camera in the back. 2 pieces. It's more expensive because there's more stuff involved, but this is the whole idea. Some of these have RG45 connectors on them. And the reason why that's nice is because that means all you have to do is just run your category 5E cable up through the wall, and you don't have to really worry about all this other crap and trying to figure out how to make everything work. Okay, now let's take a look at video cameras. Okay, now let's talk about TVLs. Okay, so if you go for 700, since I use PAL, right? TVL. Okay, if you're getting stuff from China, you can ask for the PAL version. No problem. If you want to be sure to get the PAL version, you can just look at PAL and find the PAL, and then it will search. May not be the best deal. Well, here we go. 700 mil TVL PAL. A lot of these are what we call chipboard cameras. Now, they're not bad if you want something that's, you know, small and stuff. But if you're looking for a box camera, like, you know, something you would want to mount in a room, or like the one they have mounted on the wall for this video, you probably want one that can do thinks differently than this. Yeah. Why is this thing using flash? You're asking me? Yep, I'm asking you. Let's see. Are we still recording? Yep, we're still recording. Okay, so pal, so that's the recording. Yes. Okay, so let's go find out why this thing isn't going where I want to go to. Okay, so you see a lot of cameras and the domes and these can here, and they're okay, and they do work okay. They're not really my favorites by any stretch of imagination. They just it would kind of limit you. You wouldn't be able to really go anywhere with it. You wouldn't be able to mount it on a tripod like a standard box camera. But there's definitely is reasons why I look for a certain look in my cameras. And come on, let's go. I hit my phone. Sounds like okay. Here we go. The following page has become my response. If you can wait for. No, wait, because obviously. Why is Shockley flash being used? It's a great question. I don't know. All right, so. There we go. So this is, like I said, is your standard type of dome camera. And as much as I think those are okay, I just think then the prices are not bad. I mean, really, you can go cheaper, but it's not the point. So like I said, here we go. Here we have right here. They come in different prices. Those are bullets. Those are where's it? Right there. Box cameras, okay. Auto lens included. Now that's a good start because if it has an auto iris lens, that means it might have the smarts to do other things. So what I like to do, and I think I've seen this one before, and this one looks like it has controls in the back. I don't know if this is a Sony FO. But let's take a look here. And it's got it's got your standard type of controls, your little push buttons. I don't know if it's a Sony FO, but with a 5 to 50 millimeter varifocal. That is pretty slick. Seriously. Not that you normally would need that much control. Let's see. Okay, here we go. IP rating is IP55. Filter is double layers, crystal and blue-green glass. Image sensor is pixels. Horizontal resolution of 700 TVL. Minimum illumination is 0.05 lux. Vertical frequency for NTSC is 60 Hz, PAL is 50 Hz. Horizontal frequency NTSC is 57.73. 4 and PAL is 15.625. Clock frequency NTSC PAL is 36 megahertz. Scanning systems 2-to-1 delay. Signal to noise ratio is greater than 52 decibels. Rate balance is ATW. It does not offer automatic manual controls. It's not a Sony FO. It has a varifocal, but it's not really as good as like. But you know what I discovered from looking with these cameras? So first of all, that's not cheap anyway. That's like $89, but it's just kind of cute to see what they're coming out with. It seems that the majority of the camera boards today, like this mini CCTV camera things, they work fine. And you can mount them in your own dome, and if you had your own shell, you could put them in a shell as well, and you could do things with that. And I don't have a shell, but if I did, that's exactly what I would do. Because I mean, give me a nice picture and stuff like that, but I don't have a shell. So, yeah. Sounds like fun. It's making legs hurt. All right, yeah, they're fun, and you can do something with that. So as I can go through here, I'm gonna go a little slower, from cheaper to more expensive. This is new DAL 700 TVL. FPV security cord inch CMOS camera module, wide angle NTSC or PAL. Camera I have now, the main studio is different than this, but not by much. So what's this? Mini says WDR HD PAL 1/3 CMOS wide angle. Okay, so it doesn't use a CS mount lens. It's using those little boxes. The dome cameras, outdoor enclosures. Anyway, if I go ahead and I search for 700 TVL FEO, Sony FEO sensor instead of PAL. These cameras are used. Sorry. EFFIO. Okay. These are the kind of things that I use for my work. It's similar to that shell I showed you. Because they're pretty ubiquitous. You can get them pretty cheap. You can get them pretty expensive. They come in different prices. Some of the ones from overseas are cheaper. And since I like PAL format, I have to go with overseas. There is no alternative. I do not have the choice, and 95% of the time to go for. So I have to go to worldwide because I don't have a choice. Because if I had a choice, I would say fine. But because I do want a box camera, FEO, I spelled it wrong too, by the way. Shoot, how do you like that? So let me spell it the right way. EFFIO. Right? And it is a OSD for on-screen display, and it is a box camera. Okay, so it doesn't always find everything, but now we start to see mini FEO. See how I spell right? It comes up better here. Sony TVL camera, on-screen display, box camera. I don't see a lens on that one. That's replaceable. There's the HD Sony FO 700 CCTV bullet box camera, has auto iris. We saw that on already another computer camera. There's a tiny little chipboard camera innards. that I'll let you do stuff. 700 TVL is pretty common. You can get them cheap. Here's the inside guts. If you buy the guts for like the FPV Superhead 2 CCTV Sony OSD control panel WD or camera, you see it actually consists of two parts. It consists of a camera and it consists of a control unit. That's the button here. As you can see, the buttons have in the back of the camera, which has all the connectors. With that, you can mount that camera into your own case and make a pretty neat setup. Well, I had to. Labor had to tear the guts out of my existing camera. That's exactly the kind of hardware you'd buy to put into it. Same with this one here. Of course, some of you might say is, well, gee, wouldn't it make sense to go with 800, 900,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000? Yeah, to a point. Let me show you why I say to a point. Because let's go for 1,000. Because if you go for 1,000 TVO, sticking with the same other parameters, okay, you get something like this. Notice it looks like the same camera the other one was, and another body. This is called a Vangsa CCTV Mini 1/3 FEO IRIS 100 or 1,000 TVL with a varifocal lens for $60.50. This is let me just click on that so we can take a look at it. This would be something to consider because it's the case. The case is the standard Chinesium case. It's not really that fancy. And let's see, here's the back. It's got a little tiny jiggle switch, like a little tiny little like a little tiny little track point kind of thing. It's a little different instead of regular sub buttons. But for the price that you're looking at for that, that's 1,000 TVO. It's not. This is really kind of tough. I don't think it really would work too well for me because then I have to consider replacing all my other cameras because otherwise this thing would be totally incompatible. Superhead, CCTV, FEOE processor, TV system is NTSC. It doesn't have PAL as an option. Effective pixels. Oh yes, it did. They seem to have a PAL version data here. 976 horizontal with 582 vertical, and NTSC's 976 horizontal by 494 vertical. Lens built in 2.8 12 millimeter varifocal lens. Electronic shutter from built-in 2.8 to 12 millimeter varifocal lens. It's not really built in. It is replaceable. You can see it comes with it, but it is a standard CS mount. So let me feed the cat real quick because I think the kitty's starting to get a little anxious for food. Oh, take butter in this too. So, what you see here is a pretty nice camera. Its length is 6.4 inches. It's a little shorter than the other camera. This is probably coming from the land of China. But then I don't expect it be anywhere else. Yep. No, U.S. says U.S. Ships U.S. So there is a U.S. United States seller, but I would have to contact the seller and say, look, I need the PAL version. Yeah, here's another one. Sony FEO. Let's see if we can get some. Yeah, this is one of those mini cameras. Here's a bullet camera. Here's a funky one that's got IR cut filters. Here's. Oops, I'm gonna go back. Get your dome cameras here. Come on, let's go. Let's see. Let me see if I can stick a kettle prod in this thing, so to speak. Not literally. All right, here we have 1000 TVL CCTV box camera with 30x optical zoom camera. It's HD 720p. Great, except it's not really going to do me any good because I don't have HD equipment to receive it, so I wouldn't be able to use it. And that's because when you start getting into this resolution, you're getting into what they call HD video. Okay? The dome cameras, like that one right there, is a Sun Vision HD night vision. Okay? That's just it. The night visions. Okay? So, the horizontal resolution is greater. Sun TVL dome camera, varifocal lens. Pro Sony FEO range camera from UK. Probably can get. I don't think so. Not for that price for shipping. No. Oh my God. No. Mm-mm. No. 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 No, no, no. I'm not going there. That is ridiculous. I'm not paying that. So watch list. All right. So anyway, the whole point is you can buy all this neat shit. You can spend a lot of money on it, and pieces and plugs and connectors and stuff like that. Some of the stuff that I want to get for the studio, I'm going to change the search parameters now for what I call the pie in the sky. That is things that I really would like to buy, but because YouTube Creative Grants is no more, I can't. Okay? Unless I really get a good deal on the this is the most expensive, working our way down. Now we have the Ronin V4EX 4-channel digital video mixer with fixed new. $1,995. That would be cool. That'd be cool, but it's not going to happen. I tried to find a used one, and I did, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Apple iPad Pro 2017 to 10.5 inch. Not going to happen. Here's the other 4-way live prediction switcher, video mixer, except the only one that has it is the one seller. No one else has it. I don't know anyone else that sells it. Here's a Roland Edirol V8 channel mixer, secondhand. It's already sold for $549. Now, Apple Mac Pro A1289, the desktop, $500. Sony PAL DCR TRV48ED, and that's the digital 8 high 8mm camcorder for $474. The Western Digital 182 system with 3 phones, KSU for $390. It's already sold. A lot of stuff's already sold. Professional 2-channel video overlay, chroma key, processor. Now this, I know you're gonna say, but they have the one for that does VGA input from the computer cheaper. Why is that more expensive? I don't know. So because it's freestanding. For $389. Now we have another video camera here. Then we have an Apple iPhone SE. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get an iPhone anyway, but yeah, here we go. The HDMI composite encoder, YouTube, Twitch, let you stream, live stream, broadcast IP video for $300. Oh, it's sold out already. I'll have to look to see if there's another one in the future, or maybe I can look for view similar items. Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious about that. So let me see what they got here. There's an HDMI. Oh, whoa, here we go. Yes, HDMI compatible. $228. Great. Okay. So HDMI CV BBS encoder. Okay, so let's go back to our list here. So you could get it for a little cheaper. I don't know if that's locally or not. I didn't look. Usually, why didn't you put it in the watch list? I didn't think about it. Well, put it on the watch list. You can go back to it again in the future. So you can, even if it is from China or something, it'll get here, but yeah, it'll get here right. All right, so let's take a look at this. Unfortunately, I can search for. Let's take a look and see what it says here. Yeah, Hong Kong, Taiwan. That's the gizmo, all right. So what I would do is let me add that to my watch list, so I can go back to it in the future. Okay, I'm sure I can find more like it if I need to. So it's such a special device. I just would hope that if I did buy it from that seller, that I would make sure that he would have. Let's see, new, used, to. So let's go back here. Another screen here. Now I bet some of you guys are going, Michelle, this is starting to get boring. No, yeah, I know. Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 tablet. P607T Wi-Fi with plus 4G for LTE 2014 edition. $279.99. Okay, this is the tablet, it's not a phone. There is a video text graphics overlay processor mixer. Oh yes, I do have a 2B amplifier here. Made a C700 condenser enlarger and film developing and darkroom kit for $249.95. You can't go wrong there. That was for the film, and that's still in a project. Delk Audio push pull Class A stereo. Let's see if I can try to scroll it up a little bit. Nope, not in your life. No, not in my life. Huh? Oh, okay. Well, we'll find it. Okay. Yeah, there it is. That looks like one nice piece of iron. I don't know how good it is, but it's a push-pull 6P1 Class A. Hi-fi stereo amplifier for $215. I don't know if it's still for sale. Okay. It's a great question. I don't know if it's still for sale. So let me see if we can just try to. Yeah, it ended already. I'm sure you can find more than one. New Apple iPad 2, 64 gigabytes, a little cheaper. It's still available. Or at least it looks like it is. Doesn't say ended. It doesn't say. It says it's out of stock. A hi-fi EL3 and 34 tube amp stereo class amplifier DIY kit audio file for PCC player. $180.45 still available. Here we have a buy it now price on an Apple iPad 3rd generation, 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi, 4G AT unlocked. $179. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, so to make a long story short, there's a lot of stuff on my watch list that I keep coming up with and I keep wanting to spend money on, but I never seem to come up with the luck spending the money because I always end up finding myself and basically wondering what the hell I'm spending money on. So let me go back to the other screen and see if anybody posted any comments. And no, I don't see any. That's not surprising, I guess. So let me go back to Google Hangouts. And let me just go stop this. It's not okay. Now let's go back to the video and just look at me. So here we have the stuff. All this neat stuff, hardware. So here's what we need to do. Okay, you have the $100 in the PayPal. We did not touch. That's still sitting there, as I said at the beginning. It's going to be really hot tomorrow, and I wanted to tell you something to Hear Gear. So I'm hoping Hear Gear will hear my gear. Here we go. As far as use of doing uploading things on my computer versus uploading through my phone and other means, I have to tell you, I'm going to use whatever works for me. So in this case, if doing things using my computer works for me, I do it with a computer. If it's something like live stream, I have to use this Intel Core 2 Duo Mac because I don't have the Intel processor in my Power Mac G5, so I can't do live streaming with my Power Mac G5. And we've tried using the live streamer using the format of his 10 on this computer, and that does work. But the sad truth is it results in all kinds of just kind of icky. You know, it's not really that great. So when I use multiple cameras. I use the iPhone. I use the Intel Core 2 Duo. I use the Power Mac G5. When I'm using the Power Mac G5, after we record a video with the Formac FS10 video capture device, usually using our PAL camera, or we have a similar Formac FS10 on the Intel Core 2 Duo, which is a FireWire device. So, and then we can use FMLE and then upload the same video and audio as the Power Mac G5 gets. Just when it leaps it through to this one, so then we can usually do things that way. But normally, I would say is, if anything, you can probably learn is some people seem to like these kind of informal things. I kind of think they're okay. I don't really think they're that great, but you know. I'm hoping that some of you guys will be willing to give comments. And here, well, you might like to talk about your Les Paul guitars and everything else. And obviously, I may not seem like I have much to talk about. I do. If I can get out more places, I could do more things. I probably have more to talk about. But at this point, I don't really have much to talk about. And that causes depression. And that's what I want to get back to, is because that's the truth. Is that sometimes you sit here in the studio, and when you're on disability, it gets hot, it gets boring, you get nothing to do. So you sit there and you're just stuck. It's like being in prison, really, when you're on a fixed income. It's like being a prisoner. You don't have any recreational activities because everything costs money. And so you got to spend this money you have to just barely make it ends meet and just to eat and pay for your essential bills. And then when you come and sit down and go, okay, well, I want to discuss, I want to go out there and start photography, which already had the gear, so I didn't have the equipment. I want to start getting back in the darkroom work. I want to start developing film again. I want to start doing all this and yet again. But at the same time, I'm doing YouTube videos. And so sometimes I have to kind of be like a juggler, try to go, what am I going to do? Am I going to do film today and then YouTube videos next week? Or am I going to invest only in film and fuck the videos? Am I going to do the videos and not really invest in film? So there's this kind of, it's not easy. And then, you're really, really hard to always come up with a great idea. And that doesn't mean you can't do the job. It just means that you have to basically try to decide. And, of course, you got the everyday expenses, too. You got to pay for your rent. You got to pay your electric. You got to pay your phone. You got to pay your for some people who have car payments. I don't have a car, so I guess that's one thing less expense off my back. I don't have to pay for natural gas. That's part of my my landlord provides the heat. I don't have to pay for that. I have to pay for electricity. For my apartment, I have to pay for the phone, but the heat and hot water I don't have to pay for. Air conditioning I have to pay for. And tomorrow is going to be high at 26, 27 degrees. So it's going to be pretty hot. So I'm not really too keen on the temperatures. Oh, by the way, one more thing. I don't really necessarily know how to do everything on Google Hangouts yet. So if I screwed up in this video earlier for some reason, I'm asking you to have mercy because this is all new to me. So I'll try to do my best to work on the skills. And like here, you're talking about tags. And yeah, tags, I guess I'll work on those. But anyway, it's long in the tooth. I'm going to get ready to get some sleep. But for now, that's the thing. I understand. I keep thinking is somebody keeps giving me a thumb down in my videos. Why? I don't know. And I get a couple thumbs up. Of course, I'm one of the people who puts a thumbs up in there. But because I'll put a thumb down in my own video if I think it really kind of just doesn't really, it's not really going the way I wanted it to go. Like this one here is kind of in the meh category because I really didn't have a plan what to talk about. I just wanted to let you know that I'm okay. And that, that I did hear or read Gear's comments, but I've also, don't totally agree. I do not totally agree with them, but that's one thing about comments. You have a right to your own opinion, and if you don't like what I got to say, that's fine. And if I don't like what you got to say, that's fine too. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that we don't see things the same way, and that's okay. All right, so for now, it's getting late, and I want to have a little soda and chill out. And if anybody wants to ask any questions, even though the video is over, that's okay. You can always ask questions. Don't be afraid to. I will read them, and I will do everything I can to answer your questions in timely manner. So don't be afraid to share the videos with everybody, and of course do at least try anyway. I know it's not always easy to like them, but and subscribe for those of you who see the blue NASQ or subscribe NASQ black. Make sure to click on the bell too, and then you'll always get notifications when a new video is up, which will be once in a while. Usually the vlogs I do every day. I didn't do one today, so that's why I figured today would try to kind of do a late night one to just let you know that I'm here. So for now, I'm going to let you go and see you soon. Bye.